Hi, this is Marvelyn Brown, and today we're going to look at Toxtown. So this is a resource that I found, and I think it's really going to be helpful in terms of helping you figure out some of the areas that can expose you to toxic chemicals and contaminants and things like that. So this is on the National Institute of Health's website, and I will put a link to it below the video. And it basically talks about environmental health concerns and toxic chemicals where you live, work, and play. So you can use this to look up sources of exposure, chemicals and contaminants, diseases and conditions, and it also has a glossary as well as community action tools and tools for teachers. So it's a really great way to kind of give you some background information on how you can be exposed to toxins. And because a lot of people, are not aware of all the different places, including me, I was really surprised at some of the areas that they talk about on this website. So I'm going to just scroll down. Now, the other thing is they have this top level navigation, but you can also scroll down and get to the same pages. So it's more or less just a matter of preference. So I'm going to look at sources of exposure on this video, but that will also take me to some of the chemicals and contaminants as well as diseases and conditions. So you're going to see how it works here in just a second. So we're going to explore the places and situations where you might be exposed to hazardous chemicals and contaminants. And a lot of people are surprised to find out that their homes are areas where they can be exposed. And a lot of people also associate this with cleanliness, and it really has nothing to do with how clean your home is. It has more to do with the kinds of products that you're buying when you go to the grocery store, or when you are mixing up things in your home to use to clean your home or do laundry, or even the things that you use to groom yourself. So I'm going to focus on the home, but you might also want to look at things like air pollution. You might want to look at drinking water. If you have a lot of dry cleaning, you might want to look at that. Food and cooking, that's another area that you really want to look at. Hair and nail salons, healthcare services. Let's see, schools, you want to look at that, because that affects your children or your, if you have kids in college or whatever. Vehicles and engines, so, in your car, wastewater treatment and wastewater. All of these areas are really very important, but based on your life, you may not be exposed to some of them. The other thing is, we really don't have control over a lot of these areas like power plants and factories and things like that, but we do have control over the products that we bring into our home. So I'm going to take a look at that really quickly, and I'm going to focus on household chemical products. So now this area gives you the background, and it also gives you some key words that you might want to kind of do some research on, especially if you find that the products that you're using have these ingredients. So this is what happens when you click on these links. It will take you to the page that discusses, each one of these ingredients in detail. So I'm going to click on formaldehyde. Now, as you can see, I'm on the formaldehyde page. It's going to tell me what it is, where it's found, how you can be exposed to it, what happens when you're exposed to it, who's at risk for exposure, and how you can reduce your risk. It's also going to help you to evaluate, kind of ask you some questions to help you evaluate whether you are, exposed. It can help you to understand what you need to avoid and address. And it's also going to give you information on how to protect your children if you have kids in your household. So this is a lot of great information that you can use to understand more about the products that are in your home. When you look at those ingredient labels, and I'm going to invite you to look at ingredient labels if you're not already doing it, that's really important, because then you can really understand whether a product is good for you or whether a product is not good for you. So for example, with formaldehyde, I know that long-term use of products that contain formaldehyde can lead to things like cancer, bronchitis, and shortness of breath. It kind of wreaks havoc on your body. Now, short term, you might have these symptoms, but if you use it over the long term, and the thing about it is with most cleaning products, a lot of times if it's a product that you really like, if it's a product that does the job and a product that you really like, you're probably going to end up using it long term. So long-term exposure is different than short-term exposure. And the products that I focus on are the ones that are, used on a daily basis. So I'm going to go back. So this kind of gives you your background, and these are some of the common products that are found, or I'm sorry, common ingredients that are found in your home. Now, it also tells you what these household chemical products are in terms of, where they're found, where they're commonly found. And they're found in consumer products that we use to clean, control pests, and maintain general hygiene, which also ties into some of the previous videos that I've done. Why they're a concern. So it tells you why you want to be concerned when you are looking at these products. So they're a concern because we come in contact with these chemicals at home every day. We're using them every day. Although some chemical exposures are safe, others are not. So this is letting you know everything is not unsafe. I don't want to leave you with the impression that all of the products that you use in your home are unsafe. However, there are quite a few of them that are unsafe, and when you start taking a look at the ingredients, you will find out specifically which ones are safe and which ones are not safe. So these are some of the product areas that you might want to take a look at. For example, aerosol spray products, including health, beauty, and cleaning products. You may want to look at your air fresheners, all-purpose cleaners, antibacterial cleaners, and the list goes on. Chlorine bleach is a big one, as well as dishwashing liquid. So when you think about these products, these are things that we use every day, and most people would not think that something like, for example, dishwashing liquid would, lead to illness. But it really depends on the ingredients in those products. So I'm hoping that this will, help give you some information that gives you a background and a foundation to help you really realize the importance of looking at your product ingredient labels. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out for now, and I invite you to come back, take a look at all these different areas that can cause you to be exposed, and specifically look at the areas under homes, and just look at all the different areas and all the different things that that you can be exposed to, and how you can reduce your risk. And reducing your risk is the name of the game. So thanks for watching this video, and I will see you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.